and link in. Okay, and here we are. And just to double check, I see the sun at almost directly overhead, still climbing up to the middle of the sky. Is that what you see?
It's raining.
You see raining?
Yep.
Well, we still don't have this thing working right. Do you at least see midday? Welcome everybody. Welcome back to Sliders Lost Relto. And if you have not seen the previous episodes, we are sliding from world to world in an attempt to find our way back home, having left with no linking book back home.
But somebody forgot.
Well, it's not like I haven't been to that world many times. It's not like there wasn't a perfectly safe linking book on a platform protected from decay that we could have gone back to if we didn't have laggy computers that couldn't make it back to the decay area.
Well, yours could. Mine.
Yes, mine could have, yours could not. Just to let you know where we are at as far as inventory. And why do I have the same stack of wood in two piles? I don't. I've got two different woods in two piles. Today, our number one goal of the current session is, simply put, building a tree farm, wheat farm, and pumpkin farm. We are on a Skylands island that is safe from decay. We've managed to fence things off so that we really don't have to worry about any mobs visiting us. The outside of the island is not safe. It will drop down and can be walked or dug to. There's dark areas and all sorts of fun things. But for the most part, what we have is, this is our current playland. We've got two caving systems in progress. And this over here is one. We are going to build a platform out of wood planks. What my plan is to build a tree farm platform. It will be built out of wood planks. There will be a few dirt blocks so that the trees will be planted on. My initial thought is to put it here on the west side of the island, for the simple reason that we've got a little dig down here, and I can just dig out that way and dig through here and extend the platform out that way. Ideally, we would like the tree platform to be low enough that it can serve as a walkway to one of the other islands around here. We've got a bunch of islands floating in the sky to choose from. The absolutely good news about this map is simply this. Any area that would be subject to decay will be gone. Any island that we can reach will be stable by the time we reach it. So we have no worry whatsoever. Would you look at that over here? I am zooming in on a section where the water is not flowing down. Skylands do not generate legally. You will see, and I've actually seen this, sand and gravel with nothing underneath it to support it. Water that will not fall down, even though it's got an exposed edge. It really is the case that you can find illegal terrain that will collapse under you as soon as you reach it. It's just like the current version of Skyblocks has a sand island sitting in the middle of nowhere that you have to approach from underneath or you will lose the sand, or some of Vex's nasty traps. We've got a little farm started over here, and we're going to get this whole area where we have currently been growing trees and other things is going to turn into a flat farm area. The trees themselves are going to grow in a large platform off to the side. And most importantly, this world is stable. We are going to keep this world as a permanent souvenir once we are done with the series. I literally do not know how yet. I've put a request into the MystCraft mod thread to have that feature available by the time 1.4 comes out. But basically there will be a permanent tree farm over here. And Anon, what do you think of the idea of asking people for donations and assistance and in exchange getting a dedication plaque in the tree farm?
I don't know about the donation. Asking for people, well, asking for people for help is always good, but the donations, I don't know.
The one thing that I'm thinking that is really useful, I have actually tried to put closed captioning on my previous videos, and I have found that while it is easy to take a transcription and timestamp it for captions, transcribing is an absolute nightmare for me. So if somebody's able to transcribe the videos, you realize that if you have a shovel, you'll collect snow when you do that.
I don't have a shovel.
Well, make one! Wood is cheap! We may have a use for snow.
Snow golems.
Snow golems, snow blocks. Snow blocks look cool. Snow blocks really look cool.
Well, it's snowing.
No, it's not!
That is. And again, no snow is accumulating on the ground.
Yes. Now, to give you an idea of what I mean, what this world is as far as a slow time passage world, I am looking at the sun still overhead after all this time. The in-game clock says 8:30 p.m. according to what's my light level, so we know that's not accurate. The sun position information was provided to my client when I logged in. So I'm hoping simply that as soon as you stop raining on your client, you and I will see the same thing. And if it's snowing on your end, are you seeing new snow blocks form on the ground?
Not really.
In any event, we do know that it takes a much longer than normal time for the day to pass, a property of this world, which would explain why we thought at first it was eternal daylight, and why we got you did not see this. It was actually a restart from backup mess up. We thought it was eternal. We thought it was just daytime because our clients were not in sync with each other, and we got creeper fested. The island got completely destroyed. We had to go to a backup. We are going to be setting up some farms today. So, Anand, do you think that the east side or the west side is the better place to set up the farm?
Personally, I like east. More room.
More room, you think, on the east?
East is over here.
Where are you?
On the wrong side.
All right, just a second.
On the west
I
side.
see you.
The east side.
Okay. Aki. All right. You think this is the better place?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Personally, I like it.
Okay.
Intrusive.
Well, the first thing I'm noticing is that I can build straight across and meet to at least 2, if not 3 other islands. And in particular, I can meet over to this one, which can dig down. So if we extend the tree farm out this way, we've got a couple of islands to get to. We've got the ability to mine down for resources.
And there's a rose.
Right. All right.
You
So
get the rose.
what about the rose?
Get it. Oh, true.
All right. There's a rose on this island or a rose on that island?
On that island. The one to the south.
Got it.
Southwest.
All right.
Or southeast.
Okay. So getting to that rose will be one of our goals. I see the rose. I see the rose. All right.
That's the rose.
Okay, so maybe not today, but as I said, we are going to be here long enough to build up some supplies. One problem that we have discovered is that Anand's computer cannot spend more than about 5 minutes in an area before it starts to lag. And if she spends 10 minutes in an area, I have to teleport. She either has to be facing a linking book or I have to teleport her out.
Well, no, not that. The decay gets really, really bad.
Right, like I said, about 10 minutes.
That's some snowballs.
They're not even bothering me. I thought I was supposed to at least get them hit and knocked back by them. The first thing to do is simply to see how far down I can dig here before I run into empty air.
Be careful.
I will be very careful. And after that, I will then start building a platform.
Oh, it stopped raining.
It stopped raining. Okay.
Yeah.
Where do you see the sun? I see the sun about 65% of the way through the day.
Yeah, I think we're looking at.
Good. All right, so hopefully we'll now be synchronized weather and no more crazy surprises on that vent. Hopefully. Stone! Unexpected.
Are you digging straight down?
Of course not. I'm digging at an angle. I'm digging a staircase. Oh, wow. Taking a look. I think I picked a really good place by accident for this exploratory dig.
Really?
All right, so being very careful over here. We were having a debate last time as to whether I qualify as, what was it? Validly paranoid or... What was it? Validly paranoid or...
No,
oh, no.
it's properly cautious or overly paranoid.
Right. Properly cautious or overly paranoid. That was the question. So... as I dig down and put staircases, I am a firm believer in staircases. Can't be too careful, I feel. All right, and this is the edge. Okay. So how much further down can I go from here? Quite. Wow. You will note that I am very careful. I have, for those of you at home who don't understand this trick, on a Macintosh, you can map the sneak key to caps lock. So if I press caps lock, I sneak down. And now I stay in sneak mode. As long as I do not bring up an inventory panel, a chest panel, or the game menu, I will stay in sneak mode. There is at least 4 blocks down, at least 2 dirt, 3 in some places, at least 2 stone.
Hey, Keith.
What was that?
We have a giant tree.
Yes, we do.
Can we keep it?
What was that?
Can we keep it?
Yes, we can. Wow!
I told you. Can we keep it?
You are a perma-tree. You are the... Is there anything in Myst canon that relates to trees?
There's the tree, and there's the tree of possibilities, which was the part of the original religion of the golem, the people the Denny came from.
All right.
They believe that the tree of possibilities was the age, and what represents the ages, and all of them were connected by the branches. Each leaf was an age, and Gorone was the root of the tree.
All right.
So let's just call this the tree of possibilities.
You got it. And in fact, not only is this the tree of possibilities, come over here north side of the island over by the tree. I want you to see this. I have never seen a tree generate like this. Now, make sure my caps lock is on so that I am in sneak mode. And if you don't know, my goal here is to start this platform at the lowest point that I can. Simply because it's going to be very, very hard to go lower. The lowest point that I can start at is on this side. So I'm going to be digging a staircase down over here. So I'm going to start here and a staircase.
Oh,
What was that?
I'm cold, but let's not get to it.
All right. Okay. And I know I can dig down here because I verified there's at least 2 blocks below me. 1, 2, 3. All right. And then for safety, I'm going to put a torch here. I know I don't need it, but it's one of those justifiably paranoid things. All right. Okay. So that is the... Okay. Now, if I actually go down to that step, I will not be able to climb back up onto this staircase, but I can start mining my way up on that second row. And that will be the lowest point that I can reach, and that will be where the tree farm will start. So, my eyes are at 62, 61, 60, 59, 58. So 58 is where that comes out onto that platform. And
You didn't do this right.
no, well, this isn't the sort of thing that I have practice with, you understand? Yeah. Like I said, I'm in sneak mode. There's a reason for that safety.
So do we start putting down...
All right. And, woo. Okay.
digging in the wrong place.
I was one space over. All right, so to make sure we don't do anything foolish, I'm going to grab a dirt block, because dirt is still relatively cheap. And actually, that's a wood block. Wood is even cheaper. Okay. So that marks the edge over there. Now I dig this out, that out. Now, as you may have guessed, this is not something that I normally do, and I do not have practice with it, so I am basically learning the rules as I go. Alright, so this is going to be the spot where we build our tree platform from. So I'm going to start by sticking out a torch. Then, oh, wow!
Yeah, we understand cool.
Not just cool.
It's cool.
This is... Have you seen this?
Kind of, maybe not really. You're down there and I'm not.
Alright, then here's what I'm going to say. Hold on a second. Do you have any fences?
With me.
What was that?
Not with me.
Do I have any fences with me? Make sure I am on a safe spot. Check my inventory. I have no fences. We now have our safe walkway down to the tree farm, to what will become the tree farm. And I just need a whole lot of fence posts for safety.
I have 6.
Right, well, yeah. I am turning our recorder on just to show the people at home that our little guide, which was supposed to just help us identify what color sapling goes with what color wood, one of the saplings grew and it fills the space. We have a quick overview of the work in progress on our tree farm. And as you can see, we have 4 rows, 1 row for each color of wood. Not the 2 rows per color that I was hoping for, but 1 row.
Sorry.
It's all right. We've got...
Oh my god, this is really tall. It went to the ceiling.
Yeah. Now that's the thing. A tree like that, when it decides to grow giant, it basically says, if my center stalk can grow somewhere, then I will grow through anything else in the way. You can actually destroy bedrock with a growing tree.
Really?
Yes.
Now that you'll have to prove.
All right. At the moment, I am collecting snow for an igloo project. So...
Why an igloo? Just because.
Yes, exactly. All right, so recorder off and we're getting back to work. Recorder on. And we are showing you the current state of our tree farm. We've got
a
fair number of trees growing. Yes, we have a dancing...
half Enderman.
Yes, a dancing half Enderman. And we have a nice dense packing of saplings down there as we're waiting for wood. As we get more wood, we can extend the platforms and plant more saplings. Ooh, and I just saw 2 things pop up. 3 things. They're starting to pop up. We got some dark ones popping up. Do you need help cleaning? Yeah, I'm going to come down there and help. Let's take a look at the current tree farm.
It's not a farm so much anymore. It's a wild land.
Yes. We've got a very large numbers of trees growing over there. We will be thinning it out to a respectable size. We actually have enough trees and enough jungle trees that I'm getting render lag. Our wheat farm is coming along. We've got an igloo. Let's look at the igloo. So the igloo, of course, like any igloo, has a door. We walk in, and we've got a ceiling lamp. We've got a nice little area. Grass, of course, is growing inside our igloo. And over here we've got a caving area. But we realized we are at height 70. Caving this high up is simply not profitable. So we can put furnaces or storage chests or something in here. But the point is, this is our igloo, dug into the side of a mountain. And you will note that we have access to the furnace and crafting table. All right, so where do you want to show them before we call it for the night?
The one mountain we were going to aim for.
All right.
Later.
Yes. All right, so we've got jungle trees, seem to be the type that we are least have at the moment. Now as I slow down at the edge here.
The edge of our platform.
Yes. All right, so where did you go? Oh, okay, here we are. Now.
These aren't exactly the mountains I wanted to show them, but the mountain to the left.
Yes, okay. Well, over here to the right, this is a mountain that we need to be careful of because things will spawn on there. There's a skeleton on there.
Scaring away with the pumpkin.
Actually,
And a creeper.
can you turn a snow block into snowballs? No, I don't have a snowball with me, or I would actually shoot him.
Nope. And somehow Leroy Jenkins disappeared.
Yes, I see the creeper. Our snow golem, Leroy Jenkins, has disappeared. We don't know what happened to him. He may have charged off the edge. There's more of these little things up here. These odd mountains. So we're at the point that any further expansion of the tree...
Bye, creeper. The creeper just fell off.
Okay. Any further expansion of this platform actually has to deal with these little landscapes. Now, I'm not sure why we have these odd, tiny little pieces. My suspicion is that this... Okay, we have the sun starting to rise. Anon, directly to the north of me, this tiny little bit of land that's in the air.
Yeah.
I think it may have been a case of land that had decay on it, and this is all that survived the decay.
Maybe.
Very possibly the same thing with this other thing. There's a skeleton who's going to burn up soon when the light comes up. But yes, this other part where you see the Enderman... Careful, Enderman!
Did you look at him?
No, I did not.
Here, have a pumpkin.
Right, I've got these...
He's still looking at us.
Well, yeah. As I was saying, up here, with my helmet, with my Enderman helmet on, you see how he's got... Oh, there's a creeper next to him. See how he's got that little grass block? Yeah. Why is he just staring at us?
Because we are interesting.
Maybe. Anyways, this island is where we are planning on going just because it looks like a great little place to mine. It goes all over the place, nice and far down. We've seen iron visible on the edges of several of these mountains. And at this height, the height of this tree platform is the height where iron will generate. So we can actually reach these mountains, dig down, and find iron. Careful! Careful!
God, I hate it when they do that.
Where? Okay, I see him. He just fell off? Did he just fall off?
Yep.
Alright. Then I can take off my pumpkin head.
Actually, 1, 2, 3. Which means we can get buckets.
Yes, we can get buckets. We have water. We have buckets. We are going to get some supplies before we leave here.
Yeah, find a way home. Lost Relto, I salute you.
Yes.
In the Minecraft way, somehow.
The one thing we cannot build up on here is chickens. We will be thinning these out, and this will become a permanent tree farm for...
If some unfortunate soul decides to follow, namely your buddy.
Yes. We are very seriously at the point of saying that if worst comes to worst and there's no chicken on the next world, we may have to wait for our third partner in crime to follow us. I mean, I do hope he found our journals where we said we were going to be heading north. We were supposed to be heading north to test our ability to outrun decay and make sure our equipment worked for this. And hopefully he will see that and realize that he needs to come north and bring us a chicken!
Bring us a chicken.
Bring us some feathers! And it's time to call it for the night because at 12:30 in the morning, it's 1:30 for you, isn't it?
Yep, 2:30.
2:30. Yeah, this is way too late to be continuing to play, so we're going to call it for tonight.
I'm gonna go to sleep.
I agree. Nighty-night.